go. Train high. Where go?
Gentlemen, this school is about combat. There are no points for second place.
This is the Never Down, Never Out podcast with your host, T.R. Matson.
Good morning. Welcome back. T.R. Matson here, Never Down, Never Out. It's a nice morning. Got some sleep last night. Feeling pretty good this morning. So hopefully everybody else is as well. Hope everybody's well into April now and making some gains on all of the things that they are working on this year. So feeling pretty positive this morning. So hopefully I can push that out to the world, some positivity. So episode 96. I mean, it's crazy to think in a couple I'm going to hit triple digits. Like and I know, right? There's podcasts out there that do longer episodes and all that. And there's probably podcasts that actually edit, put some thought into it. But again, from the beginning, this was from the heart, authentic, raw. You get what you see. This is who I am. For those that haven't been around, the idea was something for my kids to give them, and then we'll see where it goes. But let's kick it off. So today, episode 96, we're talking about why falling down isn't the problem. So a lot of people, in my opinion, are far too afraid to fail. They're afraid to, they get into this like paralysis, and it can be a lot of things, right? It could be, the idea of paralysis by overanalysis. And I've fallen into this trap myself where, you overthink everything. I mean, everything. Trees in Flight was a grand example. When I finally started writing that book, I'd write a chapter, I'd edit it. I'd write a chapter, I'd edit it. I'd write a chapter, I'd edit it. It took forever and I was getting nowhere. And I realized that I was so afraid that I would fail at it. And that's not the issue. Failing's not the issue. We've talked about this a couple episodes ago, where frankly, if you've never failed at anything in your life, you're not pushing yourself hard enough, in my opinion. So you need to push yourself. You need to put yourself out on the edge. You need to hang it out there a little bit and see what your potential is on this planet. But the key is not to fall down. It's okay to fall down. The key is the get back up. And this is kind of it's intertwined into the never down, never out mentality, right? Because you've got the idea of, you're either up or you're getting back up. So you're either doing well and things are ticking along, or something bad has happened, something has knocked you down, but you're getting back up. So you don't stay down long. You don't stay out of the fight. And this is critical, in my opinion, because if you can do this, if you look, we're all going to have it, right? I give you, we could talk examples in my life, but I give you 24 hours, 48 if it's really bad. But after that, it's a pity party. And then the thing is that if you wait too long, then it becomes a habit. And before you know it, all that hard work that got you to wherever you were, all that mentality changing that got you to wherever you were, you're erasing because you're creating negative habits. You're having a pity party for one, and you're just going to sit there and dwell on it over and over and over again. And it's like, dude, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not why we're on this planet. I can't imagine. So it's the falling. Listen, if you fall down, good on you, frankly, because that means that you pushed yourself to your limit and you're trying to better yourself as an individual. But the key is staying down. That's when it becomes a problem. So think back in your life, if you've been in a situation where you got knocked down, but you stayed there too long. We all have them. We all have them. And it's not an easy situation to be in. You know, I know I talked about the training department at the airline the other day, and, you know, I thought about it more after I recorded that. And I thought to myself, you know, if I'm being honest with myself, yes, I did okay handling it. I was bummed. It shocked me, you know, but then I understood their reasoning. But I think I may have been a participant at my own pity party for a little too long. And, you know, hey, okay, that's fine. We learn from it. And the next thing that comes up in the future, I'll handle it differently. But for now, it's like, you know, I can't make it a habit of feeling bad for myself. And it's easy to do. It's easy. There's so much going on in the world. We can put so many things on us that we have no control over. None whatsoever. There's financial issues in the world. There's war going on. There's all sorts of negative things. There's people getting sick, people dealing with issues. Maybe your job's not going the way you want. Maybe your relationship's not going the way you want. We have to be able to filter out which things we have a direct influence on and which things we don't. And focus on the things you do. And keep moving. Keep doing things. I find that one of the things for me, even if it's not a full-blown fall down, but when I get into a little bit of a rut, daily chores, daily things, you know, leaf blowing the driveway, or doing some yard work, or cleaning up the pool, or cleaning the car, vacuuming, cleaning the dishes, little things that have to get done. If I can do that and do it often enough, it keeps me moving. And if I keep moving, then my brain doesn't get in there. And that's the thing, you know, we talk about why falling down is not the problem. It's not the fall. It's our mind getting so wrapped up around what caused us to fall. And then your mind takes over and you start worrying about things. You start questioning things. You start overanalyzing things, and you stay down. And it's like, no, man, you know, you fell. Okay, get back up. You know, and maybe this was something that I was taught early on in flight school, or you know, landing on the aircraft carrier. It was like, you've got to compartmentalize. If you had a bad practice landing, you know, you could think about it on the upwind, but once you turn to downwind, it's time to focus on the next one. And that was something we did over and over and over again. And, you know, the landing pattern of an airplane can often be, at least the way we did it in the Navy, can often be a great metaphor for life, where, you know, you've just got to keep going. Like, you don't have a choice. There's no pause button. And I remember that, you know, I remember my LSOs in flight school telling me that, like, hey, that was a horrible pass. What were you doing? That was scary. Knock it off. Don't do that again. I don't want to see that again, man. And you think about that all the way on the upwind, right? You're looking for your interval, where you're going to turn in the landing pattern. And then when the time goes to turn, you're now setting yourself up for the next landing. So you better get back up. It's time to go. So pony up, as they say, and let's get after it, and let's learn from the last one and move forward. And maybe that repetition in the thousands of landings I did, practice landings I did in the Navy, bleeds over into my daily life. But none of us are immune to it. You know, I've been in situations often when I don't feel like necessarily riding, but I'm not working a ton either, and there's not a lot going on. We're kind of just in the day-to-day of raising our kids, which is fantastic. But it's when you do that, you know, you kind of, it's not a rut, because a rut has a negative connotation, but it's life. And you're just living life, and there's nothing extraordinary going on, positive or negative. And I find when that happens, you tend to get yourself into a situation where it's real easy that the littlest things will knock you over and keep you down. And so maybe that wasn't the most fluid way to explain that. Lots of metaphors, lots of talking. That's just kind of where my brain is this morning. But think about it. Think about it today. You know, what have you done lately where you got knocked down, and how quickly did you bounce back? And, you know, the next time, be prepared a little bit. Know that you're going to fail. If you're pushing yourself and you're putting yourself out there, you will fail. There's no two ways about it. You're going to fail. And that's okay. You know, like I tell my boy, you're going to strike out. But man, swing for the fences. Because what if you don't? And that's a good feeling, right? So don't be afraid to strike out when you step up to the plate. Swing hard and give it your all. But if you do strike out, remember we talked about a couple days, my old Ted Lasso, love it. Be a goldfish. Forget about it. Move on. That's the best thing you can do. And I think if we can do that more often, we're going to be happier people. So let me know what you're working on. Let me know if you've experienced this in the past, or am I off base? Is this not something that's really a thing, you know? But give yourself that time, but not too much, because remember how quickly habits form, good and bad. Talk to you tomorrow.
T.R. Matson is a 20-year Navy career combat veteran who flew the E-2C Hawkeye and F/A-18C Hornet. He's the author of Treason Flight and Vengeance Flight. You can reach him at trmatson or trmatson.com. Thanks for listening to the Never Down, Never Out podcast.